They just discovered that people who do dieting or who have weight issues and diet to reduce generally do reduce, but then they regain the weight, not too long ago, not too long after. And this seems to be a phenomenon, but this is just elementary. You find that it's not only that, but most problems usually come back drug addiction, criminal mind. Here we have obesity. People need to understand that sometimes the strategy they use to accomplish their goals might not necessarily be reliable and effective, but it's just that through the something it works. I mean, they were really motivated and it works, but it's just a short-term sort of effect and motivation. But if they were to look at the larger picture and lifestyles, because people are confused in saying that there are certain illnesses, diseases are hereditary, and this is probably the medical journal and some serious medical, experts. But I differ. I beg to differ because we don't understand everything with genes, and we will never ever understand everything with the genes. Some things that we've established as fact, there might be other factors that we have not been able to see. I mean, we believe that plants move to light, water, and in accordance with gravity, they grow straight. But there might be other things that they do, but we haven't been able to either have the instrumentation to, verify it or to see it, or we may never understand it. But what we could say is that at this point, these are the factors that we find, after various experiments seem to be important. And so the genetic thing, I don't think so. I think that how the parents' attitude is transmitted to the kids. For example, let me say that bad eating and overeating and sort of eating cheap stuff would generally lead to obesity. Well, in the home, the parents doing it to the kids, and the kids seeing the parents do it, so they can come along with it and they can look big and fat just like them, and then they say, oh, this thing is hereditary. But not really. One day maybe they can come and say that drug addiction is hereditary, and they're going to say that criminal activity is hereditary, though, I mean, some mental state might be, criminals seem to have a mental problem. They don't be able to figure out things like this shoplifting thing, forget all the cameras and all the instrumentation and so forth that they have today. It's not something that works, even though you succeed in getting at the guilt and the whole 9 yards, so that, you're going to just walk straight and understand that, whatever you steal, you're going to lose it another way, or you're going to take it and hurt yourself, buy some drugs, get hurt driving on the road or walking on the road and end up getting killed or something like that. So I think that when people who are obese try some slingshot method and try to reduce, they have to look at the big picture. They have to understand nutrition, develop some self-confidence and some self-control, and with the nutrition thing, they're going to eat what is important. In other words, I remember I was working at a store a grocery store in Jacksonville, Florida, and people will come to buy in the deli food. This person will buy corn, beef, and chicken, and it's like, yeah, but in a diet you need not only that. One of those meats would have been important, or the corn. You need some greens, you need some carbohydrates, whether it's mashed potato, bread, or rice or whatever, but that's what you need. So they will go out and find that, oh, I'm still feeling not enough energy, I don't have enough energy, because they did not eat energy foods like carbohydrates. Now, of course, meats, when you take out the protein or the what is it, I think it's sulfur and the other factors that turn carbohydrates into proteins, then you get some carbohydrates and then you're going to move on. But that's extra work for the body, whereas you could have had carbohydrates and this thing could have gone straight as a protein and help replace the worn out tissues and other factors, that other parts that need the whole deal. So I think that's the problem, just that it's poor education and not necessarily heredity. And again, they go back to the old ways, the same old friends, the same old eating joint, the same things they like. And bingo, they will get obese. And a lot of times, the second part is worse, because now it's going to be with a bigger guilt trip. It's going to be a bigger shame. It's going to be a bigger, a blow on the ability to make decisions, self-confidence, and determination, and will, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure that you understand what you're doing, and make the right moves.